Business for Dummies. That should be the name of Meghan Markle's university class if she were ever to teach one, because as ever is one of the worst business ventures I have ever seen. Because despite last week, Meghan Markle telling us, oh, yeah, hey, by the way, I'm going to be rethinking my whole brand. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be doing that. Oh, no new products until 2026. All of a sudden, we're getting new products this month. What the heck? What the heck is going on in Meghan Markle's brain? Because this is not sound business strategy or sound teasing. This is confusing messaging. It's contradictory messaging. And I think Meghan Markle, what she's doing is probably trying to rage bait a bit. But I truly believe companies that really go into the negative tend to not really be all that successful at the end of the day. Or could there be more going on here? Meghan getting her arm twisted by Netflix, going, well, and she mentioned this on the podcast, that her stuff has a long shelf life, so she could do other things. She might have been planning on sitting on product for months just to rethink things. This is just bizarre. I am just so unbelievably confused. I keep thinking Meghan Markle will, let's say, get a business mind at some point and really show us some real clear business strategies. But no, this is Business 101 for Dummies. So we are going to get into this today. But if you haven't been to Royal News Network before, hello, my name is Brittany. I do provide compelling royal commentary, so please hit that subscribe button. And I did a video earlier today talking about the Tina Knowles interview, Meghan's last one for Confessions of a Female Founder, which still didn't help it not flop. It's still flopping pretty hard. So I do want to let you guys know, if you want to check out this video, it is up above. I did a section on there for the Crown Report, and I have one here too, because we have some new royal info that has dropped. Number one being that King Willem-Alexander and Queen Maxima of the Netherlands are going to start their state visit to the Czech Republic tomorrow, except seems like Parliament has been dissolved in the Netherlands. So Willem-Alexander will spend the first day in the Czech Republic before flying home and dealing with that. And Maxima will be taking on the full leadership role for the second day of the state visit, which I think is kind of cool. I'm like, ooh, that's sort of interesting. So that is a pretty big deal there. We do also have an upcoming state visit from France to the Principality of Monaco. Also, it's a totally in bad taste to say, hopefully no slapping this time. So that'll happen this weekend, Saturday the 7th through Saturday the 8th. And we did have another security breach at Windsor Castle. This is 3 in the last 5 years. There was a big robbery a couple of years ago. I can't remember if it was actually 2024 or even before then, because they kept the incident a secret for a while. And then we also have the scaling of the walls to attempt to assassinate Her Majesty the Queen in 2021, I believe it was. So that's a little bit concerning. Catherine and William, reportedly, according to one outlet, were on the premises of Windsor Castle when this happened. It seems like sort of a random thing. It was a Sunday afternoon. The guy had Class A drugs, which I don't know quite what that means in the UK. So it seems like that was sort of a big deal, but very interesting to point out as well. And I think a little bit concerning. But let's go ahead and get into this nonsense, because this is video number 2. I was only going to do one today. Now I'm doing 2. Because, oh my gosh, this was just shocking to me. I was like, when it came up, I'm like, no, there's no, wait, what? And then I'm looking at it going, what are you doing? What are you doing, Meghan Markle? Because from a business sense, this makes no sense. And I get a little passionate about it because I do like business. I like to see businesses do well. And I am just completely and utterly flummoxed by her strategies. So let's check out the Instagram posts, which are the same, but have different wording. I hate it that she does that. It's so lazy to me. So here it is, June gloom, not over here. June gloom, if you don't know, in Southern California, there's something called June gloom, which is a very purposely geographical phenomenon, at least in Southern California. I'm sure other places too, where there's a lot of fog in June, a lot of overcast skies sometimes. So they call it the June gloom. Because this month, your favorite products are back. None of them were my favorite, Meghan. Sign up to find out the details and timing. As ever, email list sign up. Okay, number one. When she launched her products earlier this year, she sent out the email to the people she's supposed to save a seat at the table for late. She launched the website or launched the products at like about 9, and she didn't send the email until 9:15. By then, things were already selling out because I finished my order at 9:13. So this is a total lie, in my opinion, because she's not prioritizing the email list. She hasn't even sent out an email from As Ever or for like 2 months. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why? Why do that? And we'll go to the As Ever account to really look at the picture here. But honestly, this doesn't look very appetizing. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to get from this, to be honest, except for strawberries. So here we go. Since the great creative that is Meghan Markle cannot create 2 different posts to promote her products, she only uses one. We have, to all who have been wondering and waiting, thank you. I haven't been wondering and waiting. Like, and the wondering and waiting is more like, what the heck are you doing? That's the question. To your favorites are returning, plus a few new things we can't wait to show you. Coming this month, get excited. I'm not excited. I am annoyed. I'm annoyed that I feel like as a consumer, you lied to me. You lied to me. You told me that you didn't have anything else coming out in 2026. You're reevaluating your brand. And now you're telling me, oh, no, new stuff coming. What is the business strategy here? What's the communication strategy? Because let's look at what Meghan just said earlier this month. Okay, guys, and I have to preface this by saying I have worked in comms. I was a writer, and I am not by any means flawless, but one of the things I know is that if you are communicating, you need to be clear. And if you're not clear, people can read into it what you don't want them to read into it. Because what I have found with some of the Sussex followers online, because it's funny, they kind of cycle around to my account on X every once in a while. They're there and then they'll be gone for like a couple months and then they'll come back. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Anyways, one of the things I've noticed is that what they keep saying is, oh, we misinterpreted what Meghan said. And oh, we interpreted it correctly. Okay. Number one, if people are interpreting things 2 different ways, you weren't clear in your communication. And that is on Meghan and the author of this piece. That is not on me. That is not on the Sussex stands. That is on them. Because if you can read this 2 different ways, it wasn't clear. And honestly, 150%, there is absolutely no way that you can read into this that Meghan was doing anything until 2026. There's just no way you could read into that. It sounded like she had essentially, sort of in many ways, given up on the product. So let's read what this says. And we'll read a little bit more of this here, but this is actually the critical section right here. It says, As Ever's first collection was a runaway success. I question that quite a bit. Meghan says that even the team spent a year preparing the line and forecasting demand. All the products on the site sold out in 45 minutes. Now they're trying to plan As Ever's next phase. And if you actually listen to the podcast episode, Meghan actually talks about that scarcity tactic. She was well aware of it when she ran with As Ever. She purposely did a scarcity tactic. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of companies do it. But I do think there was too much time in between, and she really did act like nothing was coming. Now, I did actually speculate that I thought more As Ever products were coming because she was starting to post more on the Instagram. Because, of course, she forgets Instagram every once in a while and doesn't really keep up with As Ever and shows us banal stuff all the time. So, I sort of read into that. But then she comes out with this. This is what changed my mind. Not what she was doing on Instagram, but her words here changed it. And they actually did change this article, and we'll go back and look at the original one because now I can't quite remember what they added. Can't remember if it was this bit right here or this first section. So it says, the easiest thing to do would have been to endlessly restock the popular products, which would be likely to sell out very quickly again. And Meghan Markle talks about this in her latest podcast episode, talking about how she didn't want to endlessly restock. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, you don't have a good supply line going yet. You can't endlessly restock. You've said it right here. And it's challenging. You don't want to do that quite yet, or you're still trying to scale up. And it says, but while As Ever team has hinted online that the items will be back on sale soon, they haven't hinted that. Like, we can go back here to the Instagram account, how is this teasing more items? She's already sold tea. Like how in the world from these, like it's starting here, how in the world from these pictures am I supposed to get that she's teasing new products? You can't read that into it. It's horrible messaging. Like, what the heck, people? No, no, no. And then it also goes and it switches. So, but as the As Ever team has hinted, that more products will be online. And we don't even know who the As Ever team is. Like at this point, all we know is that it's Meghan Markle. So this kind of third person thing is a bit odd. All right, guys. And I did double check on the Wayback Machine because I totally forgot to do it within this video. But the bit about As Ever being teased was added later because, again, you read through this the first time, especially, and it's almost starkly clear that As Ever is being pulled back. And then she is switching. And I actually looked at a Telegraph article. Title says Meghan Markle, a month after launch, rethinking brand, because that is the message she pushed. And she almost felt like 100% felt like she doubled down with it on the podcast she did with Tina because it followed very similar messaging. Again, this comes down to a Meghan Markle failure to communicate and her team's failure to communicate. I don't think there should have been any talk of going back and figuring out what As Ever could be. Of course, I go more into that, but more focused on the future rather than going, well, we need to look back at the past, because that's what it sounded like. They're looking back at the past instead of at the future. And why in the world would we not read into it that there's going to be no products until 2026? That still flabbergasts me to this day. And even that little bit, As Ever is promoting or potentially getting more, doesn't even fully convince me either. Because Meghan also wants to take a step back, gather data from the launch, and figure out exactly what As Ever could be. This tells me she doesn't know what the brand is. It's like written right there. I'm sorry, how, like, this is English, right? I'm interpreting English. How in the world from that statement am I supposed to get that Meghan Markle has new products coming this month? It doesn't look like she'll have new products at all. And then she doubles down and says she's planning to announce new products in the first quarter of 2026, which is January, February, March. 2026. It is June of 2025. This is English. Like, and some people go, well, she meant new products lines. No. That doesn't say that here. It says products. Products means something like this. This is a product. This is an actual physical product. It's not a line, it's a product. Now, it could be part of a tea line, but she hasn't teased that. She's given us innocuous bark puns. That's it. This is not teasing products. Okay, so look at this. This is supposedly the As Ever team saying there'll be more products. Pure joy in every petal. Steep dreams instead of sleep dreams or sweet dreams. Oh, that's an anniversary one. Don't care. Heading into the weekend. Simple tea. We've been quietly crafting something special. Stay close. We're looking forward to sharing it with you. I forgot about this one. 3 weeks ago, she told us she's bringing more products. A week ago, she said she wasn't. Now she's bringing more products again. What are you doing? This is not good business strategy. There is 100% way to tease something, make it interesting, and engage the audience. This is just confusing. I am confused. I am confused because last week it made it sound like you were walking away. And now all of a sudden, no, we're here. And even in her podcast, it made it sound a bit like she was walking away. And if you take the information she gave us from the article and use that as a reference for her podcast, it sort of falls in line with what she's told us. And so as a consumer, I almost feel lied to and I feel jerked around. And there is 100% much better ways to market, manage, and promote a brand other than this. There was a way for Meghan to go, be ready. We have more products coming. Because the stupid thing to me is that she had to have had the products with her at that exact moment. But then yet she walked it away. And now we're back again. So it's like, were you lying to Fast Company? Was this new batch of products a new development or something? Again, what is the messaging? What is the point of this? It's embarrassing. Like, as an American, as a businesswoman, I find Meghan Markle horrifically embarrassing because she made a fool of herself with the royal family and made Americans look fools as well. And now she's sort of being a foolish businesswoman and throwing out a terrible precedence. Because here's what I would have done if I was Meghan Markle and I was getting interviewed for the launch of the brand. And actually, I do have products upcoming and I have teased them. I have shown them to members. I've told you guys what they are. Recollections may vary. We have a hat, we have t-shirts, we have sweatshirts, we have a bag, we have also a notebook. So all those things are coming. What Meghan Markle should have done in this interview is go. We're still sort of gathering the data from this initial launch, but we are so proud of what was accomplished, the feedback we got. You notice she never talks about the feedback she's gotten from anything. We're so excited about all of this. And we have been working so incredibly hard behind the scenes to craft the best business ever. Not the best business ever. Should rephrase that. We are working really hard behind the scenes to craft a couple of new products that are upcoming in addition to our product line we started off with. Like, what the heck is, oh, I need to rethink everything. No new products until 2026. And then, oh, yeah, by the way, June gloom, say no more. More as ever on the way. Like, I feel like I'm getting whiplash, communications whiplash. And having worked with PR people, having done a little bit of PR myself, a lot of comms myself, I can 100% tell you guys, think of a brand that has done this to you. I feel like this sets a horrible precedence for the future. I feel like she is purposely miscommunicating from people. And she's already started that with her email list, saying that basically she would give them the first grabs. And then her website was up 15 minutes before the email went out. Now, it does take time to aggregate through and send a massive email. It 100% does. But there is also zero excuse for misrepresenting yourself and your brand. There's zero excuse for that. What you do is you give the audience a sense that you might at any point be lying to them. You might be doing that at any point. And so there's not an authenticity here. You're going to make people question everything you do. I mean, we already question everything, but there's just no excuse for what she said here and now what she's doing. Because she 100% said she's rethinking things. And if I look at, of course, the article again here, what I see is that she says, what are there some clues about what items might be in the pipeline? And it mentions all the things she's tried to trademark. And it says, I want to really focus on the hospitality angle of as ever. But as we take the new learnings, we can understand what the customer's needs are seasonally. Again, she's not doing that. It's just so, I just have never seen something be this awful, run by somebody who should be massively successful. Because the thing is, Meghan could be massively successful, but every single time she snatches defeat out of the jaws of victory. She is confusing when she could be clear. She's banal when she could be engaging and interesting. And for me, what I see of this future of this company is disaster. At some point, it is going to completely and utterly fall apart. Meghan, to run this business well, I think my suggestion would be just be the figurehead, let everybody else run things behind the scenes. Because if this is Meghan being the CEO, I mean, this is a chief disaster officer here. This is business for dummies 101. This is not how you engender yourself to your audience, because what she's doing, again, I think is rage baiting. And it's sort of when you do something you know is going to annoy people to get the reaction. And yeah, she's getting the reaction, but that doesn't build the brand, build a toxic brand when she should be focusing on. And I have said this, hey, Meghan, I'm one of your critics. Convert me. Do the best thing you can. Ignore the haters. Just do the best products and line and everything. And communicate clearly, be highly engaging, stop with the stupid food puns and word salad, and all these banal pictures, and like be in the 2025 social media game instead of the 2014 one, and she might actually hit it out of the park. But every indication I see here, guys, is that this is going to be another failure to add to her record. I can't see any other way this thing goes forward. So, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my frustrations, because it's like, I don't know why, but for some reason it annoys me so much. She claims to want to, I feel like, try to teach people how to run a business. And I'm not trying to do that, but I'm just saying, wow, how terrible are you at this? It's just hard to comprehend the strategy here, except for to confuse, to rage bait, and to play to the Uber fans rather than playing to the massive audience. Because the thing is, the masses are going to be so much better than the minority. And I feel like that is who Meghan is catering to. Her minority Uber fans, which, yeah, may keep her in business, but are not going to convert a broader audience. And it's not going to result in billions. I would say she might even struggle to break 1 million. So, guys, let me know what you think of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Give me your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. I appreciate you guys so much. My own merchandise coming soon for sure. I took pictures today. We will be sharing it with the members first and then to everyone. There will be some great things print on demand, so they're more available internationally, which is fantastic. I will not be shipping them, and that is a huge relief to me because can be very challenging. So, guys, thank you again so much for watching and supporting, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Bye.